What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, as you can tell by the title, a brand new SUGO-FEST is on the horizon for One Piece Treasure Cruise Global, and it does include the Hodi Jones SUGO-FEST batch. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down all of the brand new units within this batch, including the brand new legend, Hodi Jones. So hopefully you guys do go on to enjoy this video, and if you guys do, make sure to smack the like button down below if you guys do go on to enjoy it. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So the first unit that we are going to cover is the brand new strength unit of this batch, being Doun, the Ghosts of Fishman District. Now this guy here is a strength powerhouse striker type character and a max level at level 99. His health is 3059, 1333 attack and 189 recovery. He has 30 cost and 4 socket spots. Now his captain effect will boost the attack of powerhouse characters by 3.25 following a chain of good, great, and then perfect hits. Honestly, this guy's actually got a really solid captain ability and very, very usable. You can definitely use him with a friend Lucci or a friend Hodi Jones. There's just so many different ways that you can actually utilize this guy as a captain. Very, very solid captain ability. But let's talk about this man's special ability. So it will go ahead and change recovery, tandem, empty, block, and bomb orbs all into basically just colored orbs, and then on top of that it boosts the attack of powerhouse characters by 1.5 times and will also amplify the effects of orbs by 1.5 times for a single turn. So he has a very, very solid special, changing all of the orbs that you don't really want into colored orbs, and this actually does work really well with some of the other units within this Hodi Jones SUGO-FEST batch as well. All in all, a very solid rare recruit character. So before moving on, let's talk about this man's sailor ability. Now remember guys, the sailor ability will only work if they are not your active captain. It will only work if they are one of the 4 bottom sub-units. Now this man's sailor ability will go ahead and boost HP of all characters by 150 and attack of all characters by 50 if there are 6 powerhouse characters within your crew. That is an absolutely amazing sailor ability, giving you that much more health and also a pretty nice attack boost when you fulfill the condition of having 6 powerhouse characters on your crew. Now this works really, really well with Legend Hodi Jones, and we will go through that towards the end of the video. But now let's move on to the next rare recruit character within the batch. Next we move on to Zio, which is an int powerhouse striker type character and a max level at level 99. He has 2424 health, 1362 attack and 279 recovery. He has 30 cost and also 4 socket spots. Now this man's captain ability will boost the attack of int characters by 2.25 and then also reduce damage received by 20%. This is actually a really nice captain ability. When I was making this actual layout for you guys, I was reading that and I was thinking that's actually kind of crazy. You know, 2.25 is kind of an okay attack boost, but that 20% damage reduction is so solid. And I think this guy is actually a pretty nice captain ability. You could probably definitely use this guy with a friend Rayleigh. I think that would work extremely well. Or if you want to run like a purple powerhouse team, you can run like a friend Hodi Jones. That would also work really well. So I think this guy has a little bit of potential for a really decent, you know, use as a captain. But this guy's special ability, which maxes at 10 turns, makes perfects easier to hit, locks all orbs, and locks the chain multiplier at 2.5 times for a single turn. Now that is crazy, especially because it is a 10-turn max. Like, that is an absolutely insane special. And let's talk about this man's sailor ability, which will go ahead and completely resist blindness if your captain is a powerhouse character. So once again, a very powerful sailor ability, a pretty decent captain ability, and an amazing special ability. Probably my favorite rare recruit unit of this entire batch in my personal opinion, because he isn't really limited to powerhouse units or powerhouse teams with his special. His special can be used in a variety of different teams. So this guy definitely has some potential to be very, very good in the future of One Piece Treasure Cruise. Moving on, we're going to talk about Daruma, Ghosts of Fishman District. This guy is a Dex powerhouse fighter type character and a max level at level 99. He has 2341 health, 1430 attack and 270 recovery. He also has 30 cost and 4 socket spots. And his captain ability will reduce cooldown of all specials by 4 turns at the start of the fight, and then will also boost the attack of powerhouse and fighter type characters by 1.5 times. Now that does not stack. If a unit is a fighter and a powerhouse, they do not get 1.5 times 1.5. It is just straight if they are powerhouse or they are fighter, they'll get a 1.5 times attack boost, so it does not stack, unfortunately. But that's actually really decent. 4 turns at the start of the fight, so this guy can definitely be used for some of those dungeons, like Princess Turtle Time, that do require you to use your specials very early on. This guy's actually not a bad captain for some specific situations. His special ability, which maxes at 15 turns, will reduce paralysis and silence duration. Now, silence is special bind, duration by 2 turns, and cuts the current HP of one enemy by 10%, and then also will boost the attack of powerhouse characters by 1.75 for a single turn. Again, this unit has an amazing special ability, a very niche captain ability as well, so this guy's overall pretty decent. Let's talk about his sailor ability though, which states simply completely resists silence or special bind on this character. So when this guy is a subunit, this guy will not get his special locked, which is really nice, because his special is really good because it does reduce duration of special bind on your crew. So if you do get special binded on your crew, this guy is actually really nice to have because he will remove some of that. So for all of you guys out there that are struggling with invasion shanks or ambush shanks, this guy will help you out for that, as he does remove special bind if you are wishing to get rid of that. And he also reduces paralysis as well, which is also very good to have against invasion shanks. So this guy's actually really solid. You know, on top of that, also the 10% health cut and the powerhouse attack booster. Really solid unit all round. Now let's move on to the next recruit unit of this batch. Next unit to talk about is Icaros. Now, Icaros is a Psi powerhouse striker type character, and at max level at level 99, he has 2,506 HP, 1292 attack, and 303 recovery. He does have 30 cost and 4 socket spots. His captain ability is kind of basic, just boosting the attack of powerhouse and striker characters by 1.6 times. Now, this one does stack, a little bit different from Daruma, the last unit. This one will stack, so if they are both powerhouse and striker type units, it's a 1.6 times 1.6 boost, which will total up to 2.56 times attack boost if they do have both classes on that single character. Let's talk about his special ability. So his special ability maxes at 15 turns and reduces crew's current HP by 50%. It will amplify the effect of orbs of powerhouse characters by 1.75 times and boost the attack against delayed enemies by 1.5 times for a single turn. So he is actually a nice conditional booster, and he on top of that is also an orb booster for powerhouse type teams. So this enables powerhouse teams to just output way more damage on their burst turn. That is, you know, taking into account that if they can be delayed, then this guy's going to be awesome because he does have that really solid 50% extra attack boost if they are delayed. That really nice conditional boost. Now let's talk about this man's sailor ability, which will go ahead and make all colored orbs being strength, quick, dex, psi, and int beneficial for this unit if you have 6 powerhouse characters within your crew. So a really solid sailor ability, meaning that this guy most of the time is going to be getting a matching orb. Obviously, recovery in tandem will not be counted as matching, but if he has a colored orb of any color, he will be getting a matching orb if you have 6 powerhouse characters within your crew. So a really solid unit overall, really good. He's going to be fitting well on a lot of powerhouse teams just for the fact that he does provide that orb boost, and he also provides the conditional booster, the 1.5 times conditional booster. There's only a couple of units in Treasure Cruise that do have a 50% conditional booster, and this guy is one of them, so you definitely want to go ahead and try and pull this guy. Moving on, we're going to be talking about Hyozu, Ghosts of the Fishman District. So this guy is a quick powerhouse slasher type unit, and at max level, at level 99, he has 2,941 HP, 1468 attack, and negative 333 recovery. He does have 30 cost and 4 socket spots. Now, his captain ability will boost the attack of slashers by 2.5 times and the HP of powerhouse units by 1.25. So, a pretty good captain ability, giving you a standard 2.5 attack boost. And if you do have a couple of powerhouse slashers in there, then they will be getting a little bit of a health boost as well. Let's talk about his special ability though, which will max at 15 turns. So it has multiple effects. It makes perfects harder to hit for 1 turn, and it changes all strength, quick, dex, psi, and int orbs into matching orbs for powerhouse characters, and then will delay all enemies for 1 turn, and then will recover 20% of the crew's max HP. That is one busted special, especially because it does max at 15 turns. That is quite decent. That's actually really decent. considering you're getting so many beneficial effects, making all colored orbs matching for your powerhouse characters, delaying and recovering 20% of your max HP, and as you've seen from the previous effects that we've just talked about, this guy works really well because the previous unit that makes all your orbs into colored orbs works well with this guy because he will make them all matching orbs. This guy also delays, which works well with Icaros, who is the conditional booster if they are delayed. And then, I believe it was Icaros as well, reduces your HP by 50%. So this guy can be used as well to recover a little bit of HP that you just lost from his special. So Hyozu is such an amazing unit, providing so many beneficial effects for all of your powerhouse teams. And honestly, he's probably one of the best of the batch. In my personal opinion, I'm still a fan of Zio. He's my boy. But this guy is definitely a must-have if you are planning to run a powerhouse-based team. And before we move on to talking about Legend Hodi Jones, let's talk about this man's Sailor ability, which will go ahead and boost the attack of all characters by 150 if there are 6 powerhouse characters within your crew. So as you can see, there is kind of a massive theme of powerhouse within this batch, and if you do have the crew with 6 powerhouse units, then you're going to be getting so many beneficial effects from these people's Sailor abilities, and you are getting a massive boost here. 150 extra attack to all of your units if you have 6 powerhouse characters within your crew. So all in all, an absolutely phenomenal rare recruit unit. But now let's talk about the man that everyone is wanting to know about, being Legend Hodi Jones. So here we go, guys. I'm going to introduce Hodi Jones, the ghost of Fishman District. So here we have Hodi Jones, and he is an int powerhouse shooter type character, and at max level, at level 99, he has some crazy stats. 4,444 HP, which is, I believe, the highest HP stat of any unit in One Piece Treasure Cruise thus far. That is phenomenal. And he also has 1480 attack, and his recovery is 140. Now, he has 55 cost, like all other, or most other 6-star characters, and he has 5 socket spots as well. Now, his captain ability has a lot of effects, so let's go ahead and talk about it. First off, it will reduce your cooldown of all powerhouse characters by 1 turn at the start of the fight. It will then reduce your crew's current HP by 10% at the end of each turn. And it will boost the attack of powerhouse characters by 3 times if there are 6 powerhouse characters within your crew. And it will also boost your crew's HP by 2 times depending on how many powerhouse characters within your crew. The more powerhouse characters you have in your crew, the more HP you get. And if you have 6 powerhouse units in your crew, you'll get 2 times health to your crew. So let's just recap that real quick, because there's lots of different effects to talk about. Okay, so if you have 6 powerhouse characters in your crew, which is the most optimal way you can run Hodi Jones as a captain, when you have 6 powerhouse units, then you get 3 times attack and 2 times health. That is phenomenal. That is so much health. You're up towards like 100,000 health with this guy as your captain, and then you have 3 times attack on top of that. Now, you do have a lot of health, and you do have a lot of damage output, but there is a massive drawback with Hodi Jones, and it's the fact that every single turn you're going to be losing 10% of your current HP. So, it means that overall, you're not actually going to be having that much health a lot of the time. You are losing a lot of your health very, very quickly, especially if you are running double Hodi Jones, because it means that you're losing like 19% of your max HP, or just your HP in general, every single turn with double Hodi Jones. So, in most cases, what people are doing is they run Hodi Jones captain with another friend captain that is not Hodi Jones, whether it be Lucci, whether it be Blackbeard. There's so many different other ways you can run it. You can run like a powerhouse, a Kainu team if you guys really wanted to. You know, this guy is a great captain, but that is a massive drawback, having 10% lost health every single turn. And then on top of that, I forgot to mention as well, you know, you reduce your cooldowns of all powerhouse units by 1 turn at the start of the fight as well. So this guy enables you to speed clear things a little bit easier, because if you have double Hodi Jones, you'll have 2 turns, and then level 2 cooldown is another 2 turns, so that's 4 turns already. Even if you're only wanting 1 Hodi Jones, reducing all cooldowns by 3 with max sockets at the start of the fight is a great, great ability. But moving on, let's start talking about this man's special ability. Now, this special is actually multi-stage, and it has various effects depending on what stage you activate. But let's just talk about his stage 2 special, because that is the most optimal special that you're going to be activating. Now, it maxes at 17 turns. He needs 5 skill ups. and what it does is it deals 60 times this character's attack in int damage to one enemy, and that damage will ignore all defensive buffs, including barriers and shields and stuff like that. So that's an amazing special right there. Just that is just really solid, doing a ton of damage to the opponent. But then on top of that, it reduces special cooldown of all powerhouse characters by 2 turns, and then reduces damage received by 90% for 1 turn. So even if you are not even using this guy as a captain, even as a sub-unit, you know, reducing cooldowns of all powerhouse characters by 2, and also getting that 90% damage reduction is quite crazy. He can be used in a lot of different teams, like even on a shooter team, because he is a shooter as well. If you do have to rely on using a damage reducer, then Hodi Jones is your guy. You know, 90% damage reduction is quite good. You know, only receiving 10% of damage that you would be normally taking is a solid special. And his special works really well as a captain, because, you know, with your captain, you're going to be losing a lot of health over the course of your run because of his HP reduction. So if you are getting really low on your health, you can go ahead and use his special for that damage reduction if you are running a little low. So if you are going to run this guy as a captain, I would highly recommend a solid healer, whether it be 6-star Marco or whether it be the Psy Marco as well. Psy Marco would probably be more of a use to you because he will go ahead and, you know, fully heal you. I'd probably recommend Psy Marco if you're going to be running against forests and stuff like that. But in most cases, you don't really need Marco or anyone. You can just really run just the units in Hodi Jones's batch right here that I've explained in this video, because all of those units will provide amazing effects for a Hodi Jones powerhouse team. This batch works so well with this brand new legend, and overall it's actually a solid batch. All of them work really well. Even as I said, Zeo is a solid unit outside of powerhouse teams as well. So if you are going to get anyone, even if you don't run powerhouse teams, Zeo is your guy, because you don't even need to run him on a powerhouse team. But all in all, this batch provides amazing support for powerhouse teams, and if you guys are fans of powerhouse teams, then definitely go ahead and try and pull for Hodi Jones and his fishmen within the current SUGO-FEST coming out on the 21st of June 2017. So that is going to conclude today's video, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys did, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.